So here we have the JBL Quantum 800. It's a wireless variant that sports most of the same specs you get with the JBL Quantum One, aside from 1 or 2 extra features. The Quantum 800 comes in at currently half the price and is one of my favorite headsets I've used to date. Now, when we checked out the JBL Quantum One a couple of months ago, I thought it was a fantastic headset. It had RGB lighting, it sounded amazing, you had a ton of customization in the software, and you can use it with pretty much anything. The Quantum 800, on the other hand, throws a sleek, dark, matte-covered gunmetal design at us that's made mostly of plastic, but certainly doesn't feel that way. Each ear cup is soft and plush. It holds a textured panel with the JBL logo that lets you fully customize its lighting when the headset's turned on. The ear pads give us a ton of memory foam that's wrapped in full leather with the underside from the headband to match. The result is one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever worn that sits snug while also giving you really good isolation to go with its active noise cancellation. On the bottom of the right ear cup, you have your Bluetooth and power button. All of the rest of the controls sit on the left side. You have a USB Type-C port for charging, thank you, a 3.5mm input, mic mute button, a volume wheel, game chat audio balance, and a button for your active noise cancellation. In the box, you get all of your USB and 3.5mm cables included, along with a USB transmitter. Now, the transmitter is slightly larger than what I'm used to, but skinny enough to where I can use it in those tighter spaces. It has an LED indicator next to the JBL logo, while sporting a button for connecting it on the side. Now, JBL is advertising up to 14 hours of battery life, that is with the RGB lighting turned off. So super similar with what you get on the Audeze Penrose. The Penrose, however, is double the price and does also offer drivers that are double the size. You get 50mm drivers with this headset, 100mm drivers with the Penrose. However, in my opinion, I feel like the bass through the software is a lot punchier with the JBL Quantum 800, but the Audeze Penrose overall is a louder headset. Now, it's primarily geared towards PC through its transmitter, but does also support Bluetooth if you would like to connect it to your phone or any other similar device. It connects to pretty much anything else through its 3.5mm port. Just note that all of the customizable features require a wireless connection to your PC. The active noise cancellation is now somewhat more useful, since this is a wireless headset you can pair with Bluetooth and take with you on the go. Just make sure you have the RGB lighting turned off if you plan on doing so. Getting into gaming and performance, when you pair this headset with the JBL surround software, you get a ton of detail, more than you're used to, especially at this price range. Explosions and gunfights are crystal clear. Footsteps can be heard from a mile away. It checks all of those boxes for me and then some. The simulated surround sound offers exceptional imaging when you're surrounded by enemies, and the different sounds between guns produced comes through with more detail than I'm used to. Now, let's go ahead and take it up to the game room so I can show you guys my favorite settings for footsteps, explosions, and stuff like that, especially when I'm playing competitive. We'll check out the software, and we'll see how the microphone quality stacks up against some of my other favorite gaming headsets that are currently out in the market. Alright guys, so now we're up here in the game room. This is a soundproof room for those of you guys that are new here. This is where I like testing out the microphones on the headsets, the USB microphones, and so on. Now, currently I'm talking to you guys on the Rode NT1 Studio microphone, which is a much more expensive XLR microphone that does require a audio interface like a Scarlett Solo to power it. Now, we're going to compare the microphone on this headset versus the Audeze Penrose, the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless, and the Corsair Virtuoso. But I wanted to go ahead and cover a few things that I don't like about this headset. First and foremost, the RGB looks absolutely fantastic, but that 14-hour battery life is probably only 9 or 10 with the RGB lighting turned on, so keep that in mind. Second thing, you can't use this headset while charging, which I know is going to be a big issue for most people out there. Maybe it won't, but for me personally, I feel like it is an issue. Now, I even tried using it with the 3.5mm cable, and it still didn't work when it was charging, so keep that in mind. Third of all, this microphone right here, it does work. Obviously, when you swipe up, it turns the microphone off. You swipe it back down, it turns the microphone on. Now, one thing you'll notice is when you move your head, the microphone falls right back down. So it's not super sturdy. It works decent. I mean, it's not the best design for me personally. You also can't go ahead and detach this microphone. Another thing, the game chat audio balance, it only works on PC. However, there is a slight workaround. For those of you guys that have been here for a while, I did create a video for you guys to where you could hear every headset from any console if you connect it to your PC. And it's pretty simple. You just run a 3.5mm microphone cable from the back of your monitor to your PC and listen to the microphone on your PC. You can adjust it in your settings. It's super simple. It'll take a couple minutes. I will have that video link down below for you guys. But when I use the game chat audio balance that way, I can kind of adjust it and it does work whether I'm using PS5 or my Xbox Series X. The game chat audio balance doesn't really work on console unless you use that way that I just talked about where you connect it to your PC. The software with this headset works absolutely amazing, but at the same time, the surround sound and that DTS 2.0 surround sound that you get with this headset, it's a lot louder and more amplified on PC. When you use this headset on console, it's not as powerful as it is when you use it on PC, so keep that in mind. So those are some of the things that I don't like about this headset. Aside from that, overall, it's a really really good headset. Now currently, like I said, I'm talking to you guys on the Rode NT1 Studio microphone. Let's go ahead and switch over to the microphone on the JBL Quantum 800 so you guys can see what this one sounds like in comparison. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the JBL Quantum 800. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, and only if you end up liking this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me. Now let's go ahead and compare the microphone quality on this headset versus the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless, the Corsair Virtuoso, and the Audeze Penrose. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the JBL Quantum 800. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair Virtuoso gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Penrose gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the JBL Quantum 800. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair Virtuoso gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Penrose gaming headset. Let me know down below in the comment section which one of these headsets you guys think sounds the best. For me personally, it's always been the Corsair Virtuoso. I feel like the Corsair Virtuoso has the best microphone out of any of the other gaming headsets that we've ever tested out here on the channel. But I'm always curious, so let me know down below. Alright guys, now let's get into the software. This is super important. You guys are always asking me what settings I'm using for Call of Duty and stuff like that for Warzone. I'm going to cover that in this part of the video. Now at the top you have your volume, your microphone, your chat game balance here. You can turn on and off your spatial sound. And to the right of that you have your battery and how this headset is connected, whether it's through the dongle or a wired connection. It shows that all at the top. Under that setting you have your profiles that you've set up. Primarily if you're using multiple profiles, that's where you select that. To the left you have your Bluetooth and active noise cancellation. You can go ahead and turn that on the headset as well. There's separate buttons for that, but if you want to do it in the software itself, if you have it open, you can do that here. Getting to the left side you have your equalizer here. Now personally, if I'm listening to music and stuff like that, I have it set to the clarity setting, but you have bass boost, bass cut, clarity, flat, FPS, high-end boost, and long session. If I'm listening to music, I have it selected as clarity, and I have my 31 Hertz, 62 Hertz, and 125 Hertz slightly elevated. Now if I'm gaming, trying to hear footsteps, explosions, and stuff like that, I have it set to bass boost, and I have pretty much the 31, 62, 125, and the opposite end, the 4, 8, and 16 kilohertz raised above 0 decibels. They're around 6, anywhere from 4 to 6. So that's how I have this personally set up, and I feel like this works the best. With the bass boost and the surround sound that you get with this headset, you hear everything. We'll cover that here in a second. Under that, you have your lighting. Now here you can turn it on and off directly in the software. Now when you turn it on, you have an advanced mode that lets you select the logo, the ring itself. You can differentiate the colors and select particular colors that you're used to or stuff that you want in particular, while also setting the duration for each color and how it rotates. That's all done here. If you want, you can sync all the lights so everything works together. There's a couple of settings here. This is all personal preference for you guys. Once you get done with the lighting, head into your spatial sound. Now this is just as important, if not more important, than any of the other settings in this software. You can turn it off. You can use the DTS headphone V2.0, and then you also have the JBL Quantum Surround. Now in the JBL Quantum Surround, you can pretty much hear your different channels and set these up however you feel like is necessary based on your personal preference. I don't use the JBL Quantum Surround, but you can go ahead and adjust that here. For those of you that are used to the software, you'll notice that you don't have the head tracking technology in here where the channel setup is. That's because that software is only available with the JBL Quantum One. It doesn't come with the JBL Quantum 800. The only difference between both of these headsets, in my opinion, is this one's wireless, that one's wired. That one offers head tracking technology and this one doesn't. And in my opinion, it's not worth the extra $150 just for head tracking technology. For me personally, I feel like the best setting is the DTS headphone V2.0. This gives you that movie theater type vibe to where you're hearing explosions in the distance, where they're at behind you, in front of you, to the right, to the left. You're hearing which way bullets are spraying. It's absolutely insane. It gives you that movie theater feel in your ears. So the DTS headphone V2.0 setting is the best, and that's the one that I recommend, along with my equalizer settings that I just gave you guys for Call of Duty, for footsteps, for Warzone, for stuff like that. Use those two settings. Once you're finished with the spatial sound, go down into the microphone tab, which is right below it, and here you can see your microphone level, your volume, and your side tone. For those of you guys that are wondering about side tone, you can go ahead and adjust it directly in the software when you're using the headset, along with the volume. Now, once you finish the microphone settings, you have your system software here, lets you select your language, check for updates, see what current version that you're rocking, and restoring this headset to the factory settings. Those settings are in here, along with help and anything else that you might need, but it's pretty much straightforward. Now, using the software, like I mentioned before, does amplify the headset. It sounds a lot louder with these settings. than what you get with your console. So make sure you guys use that workaround if you want to take full advantage of what the JBL Quantum 800 has to offer. Now, something else that's a interesting selling point with this headset that I personally love, and I know a lot of you guys will love it too, is that it does have active noise cancellation, and it works really well. It blocks out a ton of fan noise. People are screaming, yelling behind me, cars passing by in the street. You can hear your voice a little bit, but out of any gaming headset that I've ever tested, the active noise cancellation is probably the best with this one. If you look at the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless, that's $330, no active noise cancellation. Audeze Mobius, $400, no active noise cancellation. Audeze Penrose, $300, no active noise cancellation. I can keep going. 95% of these headsets don't actively offer active noise cancellation, which is a huge selling point for a lot of people. Not to mention, it's super comfortable. One of the biggest gripes that I have with the Corsair Virtuoso is that the ear cups are rather shallow. So I tell people just to buy that headset and then buy aftermarket ear cups over on Amazon. But aside from that, I love that headset. But at $159, there is no other headset that I feel like can compete with this and all of its features. Active noise cancellation, RGB lighting, it's Bluetooth, it's wireless, it's super comfortable. The software is absolutely amazing on PC. You've got a lot of good stuff that outweighs the bad with this headset. Just to clarify, the only bad stuff that I really didn't like with this headset is you can't use it while charging. The battery life is a lot lower when the RGB lighting is turned on, but that's pretty much across the board with any headset that has RGB. And then that game chat audio balance if you're using it solely on console. But if you use that workaround that I talked about, you can use it both on PC, PS5, Xbox, anything that you guys connect to your PC, you will be able to use that game chat audio balance, and it does work. Now, another test I always like doing for you guys up here in the game room is to see how much keyboard clicking the microphone on these headsets pick up. So here I am about 1.5 feet away from the keyboard. So the keyboard clicks are rather faint. They are a bit louder when I start talking because that's when my noise gate opens up. Not bad. So whether you guys are talking to your friends in game chat, party chat, Discord, if you're planning on using this microphone on this headset to stream and record, that's what the microphone quality sounds like, and that's how much keyboard clicking it actually picks up. Overall, I am super impressed. This model does everything I wanted to and then some. It's definitely impressive and worth it at this price point. Typically it's retailed at $200, but at $159, I don't think there's anything else that can compete with it and its features. And we've tested out pretty much everything here on the channel. Links will be down below for you guys if you want to pick up any one of these headsets and support the channel at the same time with no extra cost to you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Peace.